Todd's Carpet and Tile Cleaning, call or text 702-595-0488.
Established in 1636, the Army National Guard is the oldest component of the U.S. Armed Forces. Its soldiers serve as the primary combat reserve of the U.S. Army and has played a monumental role in all of America's wars and major contingencies since its inception. With that, we are now joined by Chief Warrant Officer 4 Daniel Langford, UH-60 Black Hawk pilot, and Sergeant Connor Hessington, UH-60 Black Hawk Crew Chief with 1st Battalion, 185th Assault Helicopter Battalion, 77th Theater Aviation Brigade, detailing the hard work behind orchestrating a sling load from the perspective of a Black Hawk crew.
That is a interesting feeling as you come over the top of that load and you've got a junior private down there, and he has really got a lot of trust in us and our crew chiefs to know that we're going to stay above them and that they trust us to do what we need to do and that they can get that load hooked up properly without us coming down into that cannon or injuring them. And so it's a very uneasy feeling, but we do it, and with the crew chiefs like Sergeant Hessington and the rest of our crew in Charlie County 1st 185th, we do it extremely well.
The Black Hawk was created as a result of the U.S. Army's requirement in 1972 for a simple, robust, and reliable utility helicopter system to meet projected air mobile necessities spanning the globe.
It's funny because we actually sling loaded my gun, the one that I was on at Alpha Battery, which is Mayhem. So Chief Hurtado, Staff Sergeant Hurtado, was one of my privates, and now he's the Section Chief of Mayhem for Alpha Battery. So it's pretty cool, bittersweet, and got to reminisce a lot actually. Just looking down and watching them hook up was a kind of a cool feeling. It's something new for me that I haven't done yet as a crew chief. So me not only seeing my old guys, my old buddies that I spent many weeks out in the field with, embracing the suck, but also just learning it from a different aspect and seeing all what it takes just to get the cannons off the ground.
Named after the Native American war chief and leader of the Sioux tribe in the Midwest, the first production UH-60A was authorized by the U.S. Army in 1978 and entered service in 1979.
Learning just the different commands and telling the pilot what we need to do, what I need him or her to do in order to make sure that the aircraft is not only safe, but the 13 Bravos that are below are safe as well, and that way we don't have any accidents occur for the cannon crew member or the aviators up top.
I'm extremely proud of Charlie Company 1st 185th for what we did today. It was a very complex movement that we did. We planned, we had IPRs, cars for 2 or 3 days prior to executing the mission today. It went very, very well. Our crew chiefs stepped in and assisted the 206 to ensure that all the forms were properly completed.
Currently, the U.S. Army continues to integrate emerging technology enhancements into the Black Hawk fleet in order to increase performance, reliability, availability, and maintainability.
As we get low over that load, we're probably 3 or 4 feet above that load and those soldiers. And so we ensure that they are briefed properly in case an emergency happens while we're trying to hook up the load, and they know which way to go, and our crew chiefs took care of that today. And then as we set the load back down, we want to ensure that we don't damage their equipment by dropping the clevis on top of their equipment. So they did a great job today. Extremely proud of the work that they put in.
The Army National Guard describes itself as governor responsive and ready to defend the homeland anytime and anywhere. Reporting from Las Vegas and getting it back to our studios in Pahrump, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.